What's up, everybody? Mancave Dave, Wisconsin here with a rather long pickups video, a rather epic one. Today is Sunday, March 31st. Happy Easter. And I just got back from northern Michigan, where my family is moving. So my wife has accepted a vet job. I think I mentioned that in my last video. And even though I'm trying to pack up, you can see over here where all the Nintendo games, it's just a sad white space now. Of course, I had to hit up some of my favorite stores up there and try to do some Craigslist deals. Because whenever I travel, I always check, the Craigslist of the area I'm going to just to see what's posted. Anyway, so I came back with all this good stuff, and most of it is for my collection. There's also a lot of it that I bought to pay for the other stuff that I picked up. So stopped at a pawn shop, and I got a pair of these Acclaim double player. The double player system, they're wireless controllers, 2 controllers and the receiver. Also got a Atari AC adapter. This one was tagged $5. Some games, we got Mario Brothers for the 2600. There's some damage to the label, but this game usually goes for between $7 and $10. Stampede, which was one of my favorite games as a kid. You're on this horse and you're going along trying to avoid the obstacles and lasso the cows. And Pressure Cooker, which is one I didn't have and is a little bit more hard to find. And then also, I went through, when I was packing up the Nintendo games, I used the Video Game Trader app on my phone, which will tell me the high value and low value of games, so I know if I'm getting a good deal or maybe should pass. And also, there's a place for notes. So I went through and indicated all of the manuals that I had or didn't have. And I didn't have this one, and they had it, so I picked that up. I think my kitty thinks it's breakfast time. Hi, Dexter. Good talk, good talk. Anyway, so got all of that. Let's see, I think there was maybe a couple of other things, some more N64 games, which I'll go over in a minute. But the guy kind of tallied it up, and he's like, yeah, all this would come to, $70 or something. And I was like, how about 40, or what do you say, 70 or something, but how about we do 60? I'm like, how about 40 cash? The guy kind of pondered it for a minute and said, okay, 40 cash. And I actually gave him, 2 20s, and he's like, a lot of people will say, let's do 40 cash, and then they give me plastic. I'm like, that's not how it works. And so, a little tip, and I'm sure most of you guys know this, if you're bartering with somebody and offer them cash, make sure you actually give them cash and don't pull out a credit card. A lot of people, they have to do fees. It's like 3 up to sometimes 6 or 7% of the final fee, not to mention a transaction charge. So if you can do cash, a lot of times people are more willing to actually give you a better deal. Let's see, over here, a whole stack of PSP games that I got at a place I like to go up in northern Michigan, as well as I think a GameStop. But Dynasty Warriors Volume 2, really enjoyed the Dynasty Warriors games. Also have Warriors Orochi, but that's actually in my PSP right now. R-Type Command, love shmups, and this is a shoot 'em up with some different customizable aspects. Castlevania, the Dracula X Chronicles, side scroller. Disgaea 2, Dark Hero Days. Tactics Ogre, Let Us Cling Together. Disgaea Infinite. Persona 3. Capcom Classics Collection Reloaded, which I was really excited about this. It has a lot of the favorite NES games, or I guess they were arcade games, but like 1942, 1943, Gunsmoke, a lot of those titles. Speaking of great games, Metal Slug Anthology. Metal Slug is a great, great game. It's very similar to Contra, but like on crack. It's fantastic, so I was happy to pick that up. And then this, I think I got for like $3 or $4. Brain Challenge for the DS. Can go for between 6 and 7, so I went ahead and got it. And then this is sealed, Etrian Odyssey 4, Legends of the Titan, and this is the version with the cardboard case, and it comes with the music CD and design book. And Code of Princess for the 3DS, and so I picked up these two. They were a little bit more expensive, but they look like they could become collectible, so I went ahead and took a chance on them. Let's see, next, I got a whole stack of games at another little store that I like to go to, Rampart. I really like this game on the NES and Genesis, so figured I'd pick it up for the Game Boy. I can take it with and play that way. Total Carnage, these all say $5.99. They were 5 for $20, and I think he actually gave me let's see, how many did I get? Did I get 5? I guess I did. So yeah, 5 for 20. Total Carnage. Spider-Man 2. Batman the Animated Series, which is a little bit more hard to find game. And Arrow something, which again is a little bit more hard to find. And then some of you guys know that I really like watching old 80s and 90s cheesy action and horror movies, and so these say $1.99. They were 99 cents. We got the Delta Force with Chuck Norris and his amazing facial hair. Ain't No Justice, It's Just Us. Hits. Circuitry Man. Intent to Kill with Tracy Lords. Rage to Kill. Apparently there's a lot of killing going on with the Annihilators. The Swordsman. Into the Sun. I used to have this movie poster as a kid, and so I always wondered what the movie was like. So I found it and figured I'd give it a shot. Scanners 3, The Takeover. And Stepfather 2, Make Room for Daddy. One of the decade's most diabolical concepts of movie horror. So I figured I'd give it a shot. Let's see, what else we got here? Some Genesis games I didn't have. Stopped at Goodwill. We got Wayne Gretzky and the NHLPA All-Stars, 99 cents. Dash and Desperados, which is a little bit more uncommon game. Got that. Animaniacs Complete in the box. Box isn't great, but it's not horrible. So pick that up. Let's see. And what's this? Art Alive, which I didn't have and hadn't heard of, so I went ahead and grabbed it. PS2 game, Sky Gunner, a little bit more uncommon. The front's a little bit washed out, but I was happy to pick that up for a couple bucks. Kirby Dream Collection Special Edition. Kirby games are fantastic for Nintendo and Super Nintendo, so I went ahead and got this at a GameStop just because I have a feeling it could become collectible. I found a great deal on this game, Akai Katana. It's a shoot 'em up for Xbox 360. Found it for like $8.99, so I actually got 2 copies. One that I opened up and one that I'm going to keep sealed and just keep in the collection. And then a couple of Genesis games. We got Mazen Saga Mutant Fighter. Sadly, this doesn't have the manual, but I'd never seen this game before. It looks really fun. Maybe a side-scroller with huge bosses, so pick that up. And then Battletoads Double Dragon, which I had loose for the Genesis, but this is complete with the manual, and I think it was like 12 bucks, so I went ahead and grabbed it. Some N64 games. I think I got these ones at that pawn shop. Wipeout 64, which I didn't have. Rush 2, Extreme Racing USA. A bit grungy, I need to clean them up. And Bio Freaks. So yeah. Let's see. What else? Few more games from the place up north. King's Quest 5, which I didn't have. So I was happy to add that. It's a little bit more uncommon. And PO'd. It's enough to get a guy PO'd for the PlayStation. It was like $3. And then PS2 and Xbox games. These were $7.99 or 3 for $20, and he gave me a bit of a better deal since I got a stack of them. We got Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance. I've been looking for the Dark Alliance game, so I was happy to get that. Dukes of Hazzard, Return of the General Lee. So basically what I did is I went through with my app and kind of found all the games that I didn't have that were worth more than what he was asking. And then I picked them up, or if there's a game that I just really, really wanted to play. So Warriors Orochi, like I have this, but I don't have the case for it. $7.99, you know, it's worth more than that, so I got it. Otigi 2, Immortal Warriors. Sonic Adventure DX Adventures Cut. It is the player's choice, but it's a pretty popular game for the GameCube. Super Monkey Ball 2. This one just looked kind of fun. Street Fighter Anniversary Collection. For the Wii, Muramasa, the Demon Blade. Okami. Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles Echoes of Time. Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles The Crystal Bearer. Resident Evil The Dark Side Chronicles. Star Wars The Clone Wars. This actually got it at Goodwill. Clone Wars and Tetris. And Jigsaw, this is a CDI game. I have a CDI. I actually have a couple of them. You can kind of see it over there in the corner. But games, I don't come by that often. And so even though this doesn't look like a whole lot of fun, it's puzzles, when I find these, I go ahead and pick them up. And then a Pre-Played near where I was living was having a sale on their Gameboy games. All of these were $1.99 a piece. So again, I just went through my app and found all the games I didn't have that were worth more than $5 and picked them up. So what do we got over here? We've got Fortified Zone, which looks pretty fun. Speedy Gonzales, Missile Command, The Cool Spot Adventure. Don't judge me. Barbie, Ocean Discovery. World Heroes Jet, maybe? Seamus, Mr. Chin's Gourmet Paradise, Super Chase HQ. A lot of these have, the old price stickers I need to clean off. Power Mission, Battle Bull, Mysterium, Soccer Mania, Brainbender, Battle Unit Zeoth, Speedball 2, F-15 Strike Eagle, Dragonheart, Disney's Beauty and the Beast, a board game adventure, Super Breakout, Joust and Defender, Choplifter 2, Info Genius, French Translator, Cosmo Tank, 2 copies of Cosmo Tank, oops, I meant to just grab one, and Navy SEALs. And so definitely a big boost to the collection there. Off of Craigslist, I got a couple of things. This person wanted $10 for these. I couldn't make it down until the following weekend, or later in the week, and so I said, hey, I'll give you 20 if you hold on to them for me. He said, yeah, sure. So we got Frogger 2, and this is why I got it, Castlevania Legends, which this game alone can go for between 30 on a low day and 60 on a good day. And so, especially since I love Castlevania games, I was real happy to get this, Castlevania Legends. There's a guy north of where I live who has a whole bunch of stuff up on Craigslist. I mean, it is just amazing stuff, like Earthbound in the box, Final Fantasy 2 and 3 in the box, a bunch of really rare stuff. The only problem is he's asking like $900 for the Earthbound in the box with the strategy guide, which on eBay maybe it would go for $500. So just kind of really astronomical prices. For the Final Fantasy 2 and 3 in the box, he wants like $250. But I was kind of looking through his postings, and I found a couple things that I thought were either a little bit under the going rate or at least comparable, and things I didn't have. So you probably saw these a little bit earlier. I got Lufia and Lufia 2 Rise of the Sinistrals. I paid $100 for both of those. He asked I think $130. I got him down to $100, which is a lot, but especially these games, they're worth $100. This one is missing the sticker, and there's some yellowing on it, so I'll probably switch out the back with that one. Lufia 2 is in pretty good shape. A little bit of wear maybe on the top there. But the other thing that I got, which I was really, really, really excited about, is, let's see if I can take it out here, this guy right here. I mentioned this in my last video, but Castlevania Dracula X in the box. So the box isn't perfect. It's got an old rental sticker there. It's kind of crushed on the top, but it's the box. It has the manual. Unfortunately, the manual is missing the last page, but other than that, it's all there. And the game itself, you can see where somebody just ripped the sticker off, which is just very, very unfortunate. Let's see, I'm taking a look at this to see if some of it will come off, but some of it, unfortunately, is actually ripped. Last summer, though, I got a Castlevania Dracula X game in really good shape with a pretty big score at a rummage sale. I think I showed you all. It was like the lady wanted $10, I gave her 20. Had this game and the other Castlevania and just all kinds of really hard to find games. This game in good condition in the box goes for like $240, $250, if not more. I paid, I think, $120 for it. So for the Lufias and this for $220, I was pretty happy. Last but not least, this is I guess over here, a couple Craigslist deals. I got a Wii board for $10 and another Wii board and Wii Fit for $30, which I'm not going to lie, I'm just going to turn around and sell those just to make up for the other stuff that I paid. And I'll probably put like a $30 price tag on the one without the game, and maybe a $50 price tag with the one with the game, and just kind of see where it goes. I think online they go for about $60 or so. And then this was one big Craigslist deal. A guy wanted 125 bucks. With the NES, 4 games. We got the Mutant Virus, Legendary Wings, Kid Icarus, and Castlevania 2: Simon's Quest. Controller, guns, all the hookups. 2 N64 controllers, 1 GameCube controller, some memory cards. We got the N64 with the RAM expansion, and then we've got NFL Quarterback Club 2000 and Zelda Ocarina of Time with the manuals, and a GameCube with a 16 megabyte memory card and game, Super Mario Sunshine, a preview disc, which I hadn't actually seen before, just a disc-only NHL Hits Pro, and then Legend of Zelda Wind Waker and Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. Guy wanted 125 for all this, and I was like, oh man, shut up and take my money. Got a hold of him, let him know I was interested. We worked out a time to meet. He's like, oh, bad news, man. And it's never a good sign when somebody starts out a message like that. He's like, I tried the NES and it's not working. It's just giving me a flashing screen. So, I'll give it to you for 110. And I'm like, hey, I'll take the NES and, tinker with it a bit. He's like, cool, man, but, I'll throw it in, but 110. So, 110 bucks for these 3 systems and all these games. I will add a few games to the N64 and a few more games to the Nintendo and sell each one of these systems for probably about 100 bucks. I might add maybe a game or two to the GameCube, but just the Zeldas for the GameCube are valued at about 50 bucks a piece. So that was a really, really good score. And if I'm able to make that back, that'll go a long ways towards, that'll basically pay for that lot, plus, the Lufia and the Castlevanias. So that'll be nice to make that back. Anyway, from here in Wisconsin, this is Mancave Dave. Had pretty good success, and now it's just the going through and cleaning and setting stuff back out there to get it in people's hands who want to enjoy it, as well as adding it to my collection, because I certainly know I enjoy it. But from here in Wisconsin, thanks for watching, and we'll see y'all at the next sale. Take care.